All right. So yeah, Fresh Faces 2. Each of the numbers on the tracker represents how many important checks are in that world. All the important checks are listed down below here. The reports, the magics, the forums, all that stuff. We need 3 proofs and promise charm to get through the computer and the Garden of Assemblage to get to Final Fights. World number 1 is off. We don't have to do anything there. We don't have to do anything at Atlantica either. EXP multipliers are pretty high. We're playing on beginner, so we're going to be able to kill things really quickly. Another big thing to keep in mind is that reports are first visit only. And that would mean that there's no reports on drives, but drives are dead for the seed, but point still stands. Drives cannot be in 100 Acre Wood either. So those 3 things in 100 Acre Wood are not reports. Looking at the tracker here, biggest numbers are Pride Lands, which is nice. SP, which is unusual. Twilight Town is pretty high. Port Royal is pretty high. Beast Castle is pretty high. That's unusual too. So just looking at the tracker, hotspots for me would be Pride Lands, which we're going to do pretty early anyway. Beast Castle and Twilight Town. And then SP. Like, we might want to try to get our EXP there sooner rather than later because of the 5 checks there. Yeah, should be fun. We'll try to do a couple of these. Let's just actually start playing. Let's see if the auto start on the timer still works, because I haven't played a seed in a while. 3, 2, 1, go. And it does work. I did go to beginner, right? I didn't auto track. That's what I forgot. Okay. I should probably take their potions.
Yeah.
Alright, no Flare Force or Comet. Those are the most important ones to be in the shop. I'm just gonna go ahead and check these just on the off chance that there's something good here. Alright. Very cool. Alright. So that doesn't mess with the RNG of going to Pride Lands first. If you didn't know, there is an RNG manipulation on this first fight. Where you can hold up left and the reaction command button. And you will get the RC no matter what.
There. It's over.
Then you want to attack the one with the head. And hopefully your party members handle the other head. And you just attack in the air using the square attack after you do the first hit. And that should get you through that first fight. So chat, if there's anyone that's in Fresh Faces 2 that wants to ask questions, feel free to ask. I'm trying to open that chest, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is happening? If there's anyone that wants to ask leading questions that might be helpful for beginners, that would be also helpful. So we got our first report. Tells us that Twilight Town has torn pages. So we have that on the tracker now. Halloween Town has torn pages. By the way, we picked up a fire in that first room of Pride Lands, so that'll be nice. So Another thing to mention is that Pride Lands is a very good first world to go to because of that RNG manipulation, and because you just get a lot of checks really quickly. Hey, Danny. Yeah, I've kind of been missing it. God damn it. Not even back for 10 minutes, dude. And we've already got the bots coming through. If I was popular, the bot wouldn't need to be, like, providing anything. Hey, Zed. How's it going? Hollow Bastion has a thunder. Okay. Chilling before going to bed. Let's go. Alright, so we've gotten almost everything in Pride Lands, but we haven't gotten everything. I'm gonna take his ether. Okay, so something to keep in mind is that on beginner, you need to try to death abuse some of these fights to make them faster. I should have put Donald and Goofy on sword attack. I guess I want them to be doing their own stuff. And this is also why we took their potions. So as part of that, I'm gonna not go into Agrabah yet. I'm gonna do the forced deaths in worlds that I'm planning to go into. This might take a little bit, but I think it's worth it. Now, you can make the argument that you can save this for drive leveling instead of trying to death abuse. But I think that's just a choice you can make. It doesn't really matter too much. Unless it's like you find all your fruits and your terms like immediately. Alright. See, where else are we going? Let's get some of these shotguns done. This doesn't have a death abuse, but it's 3 free checks and an ether. Port Royal has second chance. Okay. If we were on crit, I would prioritize a little bit, but since we're on beginner, second chance is not as helpful. So this only has torn pages, which is not ideal, I will say. So we're gonna get the death abuse here. This is probably something you could have skipped in this particular scene, but kind of just as an explanation of like how you death abuse these and a demonstration of that might be helpful anyway. And if we get the torn page, then we get the torn page, and then we have it. So you could have left it in the lab there, but I think there's a reasonable chance that you get the torn page. Like, you get a majority of the checks here.
Here it is.
So you can use Dance Call in these fights to easily kill enemies.
There. Okay.
Hey, Tina.
Prepare to scream.
So I threw the 2 ethers there and let my MP restore itself. Alright, very cool. Experience boost. That falls in line with our wish to do Space Paranoids a little bit. Alright, so that's all the chests. There's only bosses left in Halloween Town. And we did not get the Torn Pages, which is unfortunate. We can get the first checks here. So we have a lot of information about Torn Pages. We have a set of Torn Pages. Is there any other death abuse we need to make sure we do? Just going through the worlds really quick. I don't think so. I think we have all the ones we would want. So yeah, after we're kind of just done getting a lot of the easy stuff, we have to go back to Agrabah to get the checks there. Beast Castle has the Thunder. Okay, that'll be nice to have. Let's get the first few here. We might get lucky with a check or two. There we go. There's that second chance. Okay. I won't say no to it. I don't think it was needed though. Once more is much more valuable on beginner, I think. Alright, let's see how much of this is past screens. A reflect. Okay, that was very good to find. It is a very good defensive option that also does offense. Item boost is pretty nice. We have some Keyblades we need to check. Olympus has a fire. Okay, we already got that. Alright, so there's 3 things past screens. And given that there's only like 7 checks that are in the first visit, it's very unlikely that they're all reports. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. Alright, very good. We've been getting a little bit unlucky with the checks we've been finding. We have a couple fires already, but like not a very good way to use them. There's 2 checks in Disney Castle, so let's get the free stuff, and then we will decide if we want to do the mini escort later. We want to get our bigger numbers down before we make that decision, I think. Okay, so the last check on levels is a blizzard, so we know our proof is not there. Blizzard would still be nice to get. Item slot, very cool. So we're missing 6 reports, We've gotten a pretty good number of them already. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm not gonna do that for one check right now. All right, let's check this out. It's a pretty big number.
Huh.
Not looking good, I will say. Also, I've noticed that like me talking this much is out of the norm because my voice is cracking. We should probably check Keyblades. Okay, we have an experience boost Keyblade. But it's on Oathkeeper, so it's a little iffy. It's a little bit of a short Keyblade. We don't need the armor right now. So yeah, let's get some abilities on. I'm surprised we have not gotten any of the important checks in Africa yet. I will be honest. Yo, Raiden, how's it going? Hey, Genie. Alright. You just woke up? Let's go. I've trained myself a little bit too much to wake up on time. Hey, Zach. Yeah, I've just been very, very tired lately. Lots of stuff going on. Thanks for the alert. Pridelands has Feather Charm. Okay, we know that Pridelands is dead to us. We don't care about it. There's pages in 100 Acre Wood. Okay. I'm not trying to say that I'm going to be back to a regular streaming schedule yet. Holidays are coming up, so I definitely don't want to commit too much. But I have missed streaming a bit, so maybe we'll make more of an effort to try to make time for it. Yeah. All right. So we've gotten that density out of the way. I think we have to bite the bullet now. This is the other fight I was forgetting about Death Abusing. So I'm a little bit in a bad spot for Death Abusing this fight here. But there's enough checks here. Okay. I'm gonna go through Tram Common as if I don't want to do Station Heights right now. I'm gonna hope we find Final Form. Final Form is just still too helpful in a few situations. Now, in Fresh Faces settings, we don't have to worry about super bosses, which is where Final Form really kind of shines. And like we don't need Final Form for like World Never Was bosses or anything. So the value of Final Form is diminished, and in this seed where Final Form would not give us a possibility of a proof, it also diminishes it. But I think as long as you're not like avoiding it for the entire seed, I think putting it off a little bit is fine. Also, if we get like Valor Form or something, we can also level that in the station fight. Hey, a Thunder. Okay. So we have a pretty good magic set right now. Alright, we got those pages. And we have 2 other pages hinted. So we know how to get to Spooky Cave if we really needed to. Alright. We have auto limit. I don't think we'll ever get into it, but I'm gonna put it on just in case. Thunder, Reflera. We're gonna take Cure off. We don't absolutely need that. All right. So now I think we've gotten like the majority of our like initial like exploration done. We kind of know what our tool set looks like. I think now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push Beast Castle until I get this blue. Okay, we have Thundara. That's the thunder that was hinted here, I think. Okay, we know where all the pages are. We can get to Kanga's house now. So there, and we know there's a page in 100 Acre Wood. So the latest that page could be is in Spooky Cave. But we're gonna get about half the checks in 100 Acre Wood if we do that. And we might just get the torn pages anyway, which gets us into Spooky Cave, which gets us the majority of the checks. So there's an argument to be made that we can just try to clear that out. We could also just do Port Royal or Twilight Town, go for the higher density. There's not really a bad choice here because we have no proofs, we have no promise charm. So we're gonna have to do a lot of searching anyway. All right, we found File Form. So us putting off on Twilight Town was like valid in this case. We ended up getting what we wanted. We played to a play style that we wanted, and we ended up working out. So the randomizer puts a mod in here to not let the wardrobe wake up.
Defense. Take this.
We could have tried to do a 1 cycle there, but I think it would have been too slow.
Back off.
Reflect just like makes this fight trivial if you have it. All right, one more track in Beast Castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please hurry and be quick about it.
Is this the spot?
I think this'll do the trick.
So you can grab these chests if you're quick before your mini-game partners here make it too far.
Is this
It
the
does
spot?
slightly slow them down,
do
but
the
like
trick.
you don't have to come back to the chest later. So I think it's a little bit worth it if you can get through that quickly. If not, just like do the mini game and then come back to the checks. It's not that big a deal.
Is this the spot?
I think this'll do the trick.
All right, there's the cure. That's the last check. So we could grab, like we could leave and go back through the minigame, but I think it's going to be about as fast to just do this fight with Beast. And we get a couple extra checks that could be abilities that are helpful. So I don't think it's the worst thing. So looking at the tracker, Twilight Town and Port Royal are the highest check density for important checks. Space Paranoids is also pretty likely to have some good stuff, because there are 3 checks there. That's a pretty small world. Alright. We ended up not getting anything too crazy there. Let's go ahead and level final.
Yeah. Give me strength.
I didn't check what Final's Keyblade is, so that's on me.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's leveled. So now I'm just gonna do basic hits to try to end the fight.
Yeah.
Because my HP is so high. I agree. How's it going, Rune? Thanks for the 32 months. So, I don't know if this is going to be a fast fight, the way we were doing that. Okay, that was reasonable. Space Paranoids has a money pouch. Okay. And with that, we're only missing 2 reports. If I were to bet money, they would be in OC and in Port Royal. That's another fight you can death abuse, but on a beginner, you're probably not going to death abuse that. At least I'm pretty sure you can death abuse that fight. I don't have a good crowd control option for this, so I'm going to put that off a little bit. We have no better abilities. That's a drive boost, okay. Door, why not? Let's get a little bit extra strength. I don't think we need any of this AP, but I'm going to put it on anyway. While I think, I'm going to go to 100 Acre Wood. There are 2 checks here that are not reports, so I think that's valuable enough. Alright, we can go all the way to Spooky Cave for 2 checks. I think this is reasonable. I wonder if I have my button with Janet working. It works, yay! It's been a while. So yeah, we have no proofs. We have no promise term. We are going completely blind. So there really is no bad decision here. I suppose the only bad decision that we have is Pride Lands right now, and possibly Halloween Town if we clear 100 Acre Wood of all of its checks. And Beast Castle, and drives, and levels. But those seem obvious to me. Why did it... DA... Why did it track pages wrong? Alright, so that's something to keep in mind as well for anyone that's racing KHU Randomizer for a while. Sometimes bugs happen. It is still your responsibility as the runner to pay attention to your tracker, make sure that it is reflecting the game as you played it. If something like that happens, you can like move the item back to like say that you don't have it. But keep in mind, you might have to manually track that. Like if I went to Halloween Town and did that last one page, I would have to pay attention, notice where I got it, and then I can move it if I really wanted to move it, right? So do not overly rely on the auto tracking. Sometimes it will break, and that's just the reality of the situation.
Perhaps a bit more.
And honestly, paying attention to your tracker is always a good thing to do. Oh yeah, it's giving me the teachable moment, yeah. Alright, we got a blizzard. We're still missing one check. I want to go backward first, because the minigame is in front of the house here. Still have not gotten the last check here. Alright. So Spooky Cave is likely to have this last check.
But the most wonderful thing about this is that I'm the only one.
Oh, yes. What fun.
Do. Alright, so in terms of important checks left, Port Royal is pretty high on the list there. OC and Twilight Town are also pretty good. The complicating factor is that those likely have reports, because we're missing 2 reports, and reports can only be in first visits. So you kind of have to discount them a little bit on the expectation. Oh, yeah, there's the bees. I was trying to avoid the bee spawns. We don't have enough vertical movement to avoid them. So we're just going to grab the checks, and then we'll come back and see the friends. Horizontal slash.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah.
Right here.
Everybody here? Cool. Everybody here. This is rude, I will say. If this last track is on Starry Hill, well then. Vanilla Sweet Memories. Alright, so if we want that check in 100 Acre Wood, we gotta do Halloween Town. So now that is not high priority. We're gonna give Final Form the Form Boost Keyblade so that we can stay in Final Form longer. So let's just do Port Royal. It is high density. Worst case scenario is if there's 2 reports here. So then there's 2 important checks that are not reports here. So, feels reasonable. So, something to kind of talk about here is like, there is a decision to be made here that either we ignore 100 Acre Wood until we like have to do it, and it's literally the only place that can have a proof left, or we do it right away and just no. I don't think either is wrong or right. I think it's just one of those. You've got to make a decision and then commit. Now, I will say, the fact that we've gone all the way to Spooky Cave does incentivize us to go to Halloween Town to get that torn page. And just kind of hope that it's not late in Halloween Town. And if there is a proof there, then we know that everyone else that would be racing the seed would have to do the same thing. So, like, we would have that kind of advantage of knowing that right away. But it is a risk in that if there is no proof there, then nobody has to do that content. Yeah, and that's the other part, is like you're not also looking for proofs in Halloween Town while doing that. So, all in all, I think it's the right decision to skip 100 Acre Wood right now. But if you were trying to get an edge in a race, then like that would be an avenue to get that edge. Like you could try to play for an unlikely event to happen that would let you place very well in a race. Yeah, so, and then the other side of like having Halloween Town being no more important checks is that only abilities can be there that would be useful to you. Now, I will say Halloween Town is a special case in that there's a lot of pop-ups. Like, there's bonuses on Prison Keeper and Oogie, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, but then, like, it's a lot of pop-ups which can't have abilities. So that makes Halloween Town even worse in that respect. So, not great. So there's not a lot of upside. But if there is a proof in 100 Acre Wood, then you would almost certainly win that race. Because of the unlikelihood that it would happen. So for this, I'm just dodging the bullets and killing things that get into the moonlight. It's not too hard to do on beginner.
Thunder! Thunder!
So in this seed, I would much rather do STT, I think, for a blanket one than get the torn page in Halloween. I think there is more of an upside in STT than there is in going to Halloween Town and then
Thunder!
You might put a little bit more time in STT than, like, depending on where the torn page in Halloween Town is, but you know you can get that, and you're making progress toward getting other things in my I'm not saying that SCT is a good play right now. Let's see, what are my good plays after this? As far as toolset goes, we don't have any magnets, and we don't have Chicken Little, so we don't have crowd control, which is not great. So what can we do? Like, what can we do quickly, I guess is a better way to say that. We haven't gotten any checks here in Port Royal, which is surprising. This might just be the mother load. Okay, yeah. I expected there to be, like, a report here. And Barbosa is the last place where a report can be in this world, so... This might actually be very, very good for us.
Thunder! There! Thunder! Thunder!
Yeah, this is a very backloaded Port Royal. Okay, we had a proof, that's required. And there's 3 checks that can't be reports here. So this is 100% where we're going. Port Royal 2 is very dense. Yeah, so if we have something left on Grim Reaper 2, that is the kink in the plan. Might be a good idea to show Grim Reaper 2 anyway. We have Berserk Hori Slash, so might as well put that on.
Thunder! Thunder! Give me strength! It's over!
Wow, dude. Why? Why is it so late? What is happening? Negative combo, okay. Slap shot, okay. Come on, dude. It's 10 a.m. where you are? Yeah, I mean, I'm saying late in the world, not late in time. Let's get the free final experience since we just got a form. Okay, Promise Charm. We had to go there, but now there's something on GR2. I think there's not a lot of argument to leave this. Like, every single one on the board is the same. So, like, I thought we would one-shot that. I'm surprised. You'd leave it until you only had 1 proof left?
Yeah.
I think I'm already here. I have a reasonable tool set for Grim Reaper 2. I mean, if you're just going for the big number, then I get that.
Give me strength.
I think there's an argument to be made that, like, the amount of time investment for a check, guaranteed check, is very, like, manageable here. So I think it's a fairly reasonable decision to make.
Defend.
How did you pick up another one, sir? I tried to reflect there, it didn't. Alright, so we're not going to get all of his medallions out, which is what you would aim to do here. It's definitely not a no-brainer. I was not trying to make it sound like that. I don't have a high enough form gauge for Final Form to be the viable option there, I don't think. So this is the slow part about GR2, that if you don't have like Master Form or something. So I'm trying to use the Reflex to like get some MP back. His AI is being a little bit trolly. So I'm avoiding putting the medallions back in the chest, because if I do that, he might do the big suck attack again. So then we freeze him after we get all of them back.
Light. Yeah. Take this. Back off.
It was a blizzard. Alright, so the lesson here is that it's not always guaranteed to work out, whatever play you make. So we made a decision, it did not work out, that's fine. We have Blizzard.
Yeah.
So if we were going for density of like number of important checks left, there's this, and this. We have not entered Hollow Bastion yet. We probably should do that, just to cover our bases, make sure there's nothing like free here, you know.
Let's go.
This is probably the worst play because of the amount of checks in Hollow Bastion. Now, there is no core to worry about with fresh faces, but there's still a lot of checks and a lot of content here. This is why you don't leave worlds. You should always enter the worlds. That is also true equations. Possibility of a report here is still like there, so like getting information would be helpful. Yeah, so because we haven't gotten a hinted item in STT, like that argument of like getting a report if it hints an item in STT, that could like eliminate an entire world. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could get into like the meta of the hint systems if we really want to, but I kind of don't want to go that deep. Like, there's really no need to do that right away. Oh, I didn't realize they were all gonna spit right there. All right. I like Aerial Spiral. I think we're gonna switch the Keyblade. We don't need experience boost. Okay. So we're stuck with options that suck. I'm just gonna say it. Options suck. We have no crowd control. We have no Chicken Little. We have no Magnet. We have no Stitch. So OC, Twilight Town, Continuing are all gonna suck. OC, like LOD is gonna suck. So we really don't have like an optimal choice here. So I'm just gonna kind of go with my gut from the beginning of the siege that I thought Space Paranoids was going to be helpful. We're down to one proof though, so like literally anywhere could have the last thing we need. So not a lot. Might as well level Wisdom Form while we're here. Well, if there was an ability on Whisper Form, we got everything we can there. Oh wow, I didn't get enough orbs. Could have sworn I got enough orbs. Limit form, okay. That's pretty nice. Okay, Disney Castle has a money patch. Okay, so that eliminated Space Paranoids and Disney Castle from being required. Now, we do miss out on 2 money patches because of that. So we probably need to be a little bit more frugal with our ethers. But that is okay. So yeah, looking at the worlds that can have proofs now. Disney Castle, Space Paranoids, we don't have to do it all. Prylands, we don't have to do it all. We might have to do Halloween Town.
Yeah.
STT is just sitting there. How many worlds are enabled in Fresh Faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15?
Yeah.
At least 6. Hey, Aro. Thanks for the 13 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15? Oh.
Yeah. Fire.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We might have to go into the meta of the hints soon. We're missing 1 report. We never got a hint for STT. STT Agrabah. And Drives of Dead. That still falls in line.
Yeah.
We never got a double hinted world, right? Yeah, I don't think we did.
Let's go.
So all I'm thinking about there is like, there is kind of this soft requirement that like, in this hint system, reports will not hint the same world twice. But it will do so if it's required to. Like if there's stuff you can't hint in a world, or like a world is dead. So like looking at it, we got hints for every world that is available, except for STT and Agrabah. We ended up getting an item hinted in every world, other than those 2. But that also falls in line. If a world is not hinted, there is higher likelihood that there's proof there, especially if it's only 1 item, or like 1 thing in that world. So like, I'm thinking about STT right now.
Yeah.
Because nothing has hinted STT, like, it could be a report or a proof. So, but because it's a first visit world, it could just be the last report, and then that's why it's not being hinted, you know? It's that weird, like, paradox. Now, the only way to, like, confirm that is to get all the other first visits done. And if we don't find the report, then we know that it's a report in STT. but that is not something we can conclude right this second. I think we got that fire hinted early, or it got revealed early in the tracker. So, iffy. But, so, the same argument we were making for a proof being in STC, that same argument could be put on Agrabah. Like, it's the same thing. Or it could just be in 100 Acre Wood. We're really just kind of
Give me strength.
making decisions and just not knowing the right decision. Alright, there's that Blizzard on levels. We got Final 5, that'll be enough. We found Dodge Slash. There's still 2 important checks here that can't be reports. How's it going, Jesus? How's it going, Firebolt? Just applying for a job. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are these checks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we have Baseball Charm. Put you in a new position that'll double your annual salary. Let's go. That's pretty awesome. Alright, it was Valor. Alright, so Twilight Town was not the play. But we have Chicken Little now. The unfortunate thing is that LOD and OC take away our ability to summon. So that doesn't really help our crowd control there. We can crowd control here though. But if we're going for like check density, we do this. So let's just go with the common knowledge of just go for the bigger number. And this could give us the report, the last report that we need to kind of make a decision on what to do.
That's
Now,
it.
best case scenario here, if the proof is not in OC,
Heal.
the best case scenario after that would be that the report hints an item in Agrabah that is
That's
not,
it.
Yeah.
Take that.
and then we would know it's in it.
Take that. Is that all you got?
I think.
Is that all you got?
Well, we don't know that, but it is more likely that it's a proof of
Is that all you got? Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Right.
That's it. Is that all you got?
And before Gullwing Chest, yeah, that's what it's gonna be at this point. It's gonna be something dumb like that, like we haven't done any of Hollow Bastion at all. We know it can't be mushrooms though, so there's that. We don't have to travel all the way down there. It was a one-check HP, it was mushrooms, yeah. It wasn't a proof? Oh no! Why'd you go that far? Was everything else a 1 too? So it was just like random chance anyway. It was all ones and twos, yeah. When you get to this point, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is like how fast can you clear the content, and what is the likelihood that the world will finish based on that speed. Devil's Head piece on 48. Well, I mean, if it's Promise Charm, it was required, so there's that at least. You're free.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now we're getting into the density of OC, so hopefully we'll get the majority of these checks. Hey, Roro. Yeah, we're doing some example runs. A magnet! They do exist. A glide? Oh my god, there were 2 glides. And magnet burst? Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Just a couple. Yeah, I should have trusted OC.
Dance, water, dance. Back off. Take this. Yeah. It's over. Back off. This is it. Take this. This
You
is
need an OC version of Notter's form? What is Notter's form?
It's over. This is it.
Sorry, I had to.
Not bad, Roxas.
Two magnets? Okay. Well, at least we have magnets. I kind of want that magic lock on. This is one of those cases where the magic lock on would actually be helpful, I think.
Gather.
Even the stotters, but the X's over the eyes would be appropriate. STT otters. Yeah.
Yeah. Thunder.
So yeah, we're really just going for the big numbers at this point.
Rather.
But it really doesn't matter much. All right, we have the last form.
Yeah. 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 This is it.
Now, Roro, I didn't read the rules closely. I also forgot what I read in the settings. Is Burn Room skip allowed? I don't want to demonstrate it if it's not. I'd rather confirm and take the hit. No, I read them, but I have also not played Rando in a hot minute. Not allowed? Okay, I'm not going to do it. Okay. I didn't know for sure. I'd rather confirm. That's a minor one. Like, you skip a force fight that you're probably already overloaded for anyway. And you need like so much movement for that. Most of the time it's gonna be faster just to do the fighting. Alright, yep. LOD was not the choice.
Gather.
Alright, well, this last report is in STT or Agrabah. And we're gonna do Agrabah, and if the report is here, it's not looking good.
Let's go. Gather.
Alright, there's where Magic Lock-On sucks. So we want to turn it off again. Ideally, if we didn't have Magic Lock-On there, it would, we could have put the magnet in the middle and it would have killed them instead of having to use multiple magnets. There we are. It was just there, chat, the entire time.
Let's go.
So yeah, all of 100 Acre Wood was a waste. We're gonna have multiple magnets from OC, so that's gonna be helpful here. Twilight Town was a waste.
Gather.
Yeah, so the latest we had to go was
Give me strength.
Port Royal 2.
Okay. Yeah. Ha. This is it.
I didn't get any money packets, so I'm trying to save some ethers here.
Gather. Back off. This is it. Hold it. Gather! Back off! Hey! Hold it! It's over! Hey! Yeah! Take this! Back off! Take this! Back off! This is it! Hold it! Hold it! Yeah! 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 I'm out! Give me strength!
Played one sub 40. Sub 40 checks, that is. It's been brutal. I mean, you're the one who made the settings, so you don't get to call them brutal. Exactly. Alright, it's been a long time, chat. I need to see some turtles in chat.
Yeah! Take this! That's it!
Hearts of power. Nothingness is eternal.
Sora!
Alright, so the second set of buildings, there is a fast building you could do, but I'm not going to show that. I'm going to show, like, the easy, like, guaranteed location that I like to go to. That does not require a bunch of action.
Yeah! Back off! That's it!
So you just kind of drop, holding forward,
Nothing.
after the third snowflake. Just glide forward, slip your way through here,
Is
and then drop.
eternal.
Sora!
It's like in this area. It's very easy to find, it's always there.
Anger and hate are supreme.
So you flex. So over damage a little bit there.
Here!
Sora!
Here!
That's it!
Here! Here! Right! Why don't
Break out of my way!
Easy don't.
Is that all you got? Yeah! Yeah!
Alright. And that's seed number 1 done for the day.